Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ and Sons in our NCAA Football series here with the Florida State Seminoles in season number 2, and we are down to the final 2 games of the year, and we are still number 3 in the country. Still holding on to it after that loss coming up that happened in week 2 against Michigan. That has been our only loss of the season. And so we are trying to hold on and pretty much play like the number 3 team and try not to lose that spot. We still have Alabama and Ohio State, both teams undefeated, and they are in front of us in the rankings. And like I said, we will get a good look at the playoff rankings once at the end of this episode after the Florida game to kind of see where things stand for us. Assuming we're able to pull out a couple wins. We didn't play our greatest against Boston College. We held on. They delivered some good shots at the beginning. Took an early lead, and we were able to fight back and kind of hammer it home at the end. But, I think it kind of woke our team up. Let us know that while things are going great, these wheels can fall off. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this one here on a 3rd and 2 at Syracuse as we hit Johnny Wilson down the right side for 21 yards. And that's going to get us moving. Trying to get bigger chunk plays is going to be a big thing kind of moving forward. That builds us a lot of momentum, kind of keeps things working in our direction, and keeps the defense kind of guessing what we're doing. So after that play, we have a 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. Play action. He fires it over the middle. He's got Ja'Kai Douglas. 21 yards for the touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Credible to Douglas on that little post pattern. Cuts it right inside of the cornerback and is able to make the catch while taking contact. And that's going to give us an early lead here. I like seeing that strong start, especially on the road. That's a big thing, even against kind of a lower level team right now in our conference. Because look at what happened to NC State, number 8 in the country, and they lose at home to Louisville. So Louisville 7-4 on the season, NC State 8-3. They will no longer. I can't see how they can be in the top 10 after that loss right there. So that's the reason why any team can come back. You've got to be careful with it. And look at Miami at number 11. They're losing to North Carolina right now. They're on the road. Georgia Tech is losing to Virginia Tech, and Georgia Tech is really trying to push to make the ACC title game right now. So our defense does its job and gets a stop, and we hand that off to Trayshawn Ward going to the left side as he makes some guys miss. And we did a good job there with our defense, getting an effective 3-and-out and coming right back down the field at them and making the most of our opportunities. And there it is, a 15-yard face mask penalties on the Syracuse Orange. I guess it's just, is it orange or orangemen? I'm going to just go orange. Giving us an additional yardage right there, and that's going to get us all the way down to the 12-yard line here with a 1st and 10. Just outside of the 10 at the 12. Credible is going to be in the shotgun, has a snap. It's going to be an option up the middle. Cuts it left. Credible into the end zone. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Big plays are what we've been wanting to see more of. And now we're starting to really play like the number 3 team in the country. Not holding back. Not allowing teams to stick around with us. Scoring on our possessions. Taking advantage of mistakes. And like on that run, following blockers into the end zone. But Syracuse is a Division I team, and now they are on the move after that score by our Seminoles. As Schrader has a snap in the back, he avoids one sack. Briggs is going to chase him down and miss, and Schrader's off to the races. He's going to get hit and brought down at the 25-yard line, picking up 20 yards after what should have been probably about a 5-6-yard sack. Somehow squeezed between Briggs and the blocker right there, but manages to pull that off and pick up 20 yards and give the Orange another 1st and 10 here at about the 25-yard line as the first quarter is coming to a close with 2.5 minutes remaining while we lead 14-0. On the very 1st and 10, they're going to drop it off for the screen pass. Ray reads that one, and Sean Tucker, the running back, is going to be brought down for a 2-yard loss right there. Great play by our defensive lineman to see what was happening, to read that, and to go get the ball carrier. So 2nd and 12 here now. It's about the 27. Schrader's going to be all alone in the backfield in a shotgun. Has the snap. Briggs comes, and Briggs gets him. Sack again. Briggs comes through with a big-time bull rush, bowling his guy over, and brings down Schrader for the sack. That's become his signature move this year in his senior season. He is making the most of it, as Syracuse now is a 3rd and 18. And it looks like their quarterback got hurt. Rio Wilson is in the game, and same result. Briggs once again sacks him for this time a loss of 7 yards. His second sack, back-to-back plays. That right tackle for the Syracuse is really struggling. And this time it's their backup quarterback that's going to get brought down for the sack. And that's going to back him up. And that's going to put them in line for a field goal. They're going for it. It's going to be about a 58-yarder. This is a pretty hefty field goal try, but no win since we are in the dome. The kick is up, and it's definitely going to be short. Toafili gets the reception. Starts going left, cuts it back to the right. He's got some space out there. He's brought down at about the 26-yard line. Probably would have been better to not do that, but hey, it is what it is. Now, a little bit later in the second quarter, as we have kind of slowed down things a little bit, which is not what I'm wanting to see. 4.5 minutes remaining. Incredible's going to drop back. He's going to hit Wilson coming across the middle and pick up 8 yards on that one. That's Wilson's third catch for 42 yards so far on the afternoon. We're still leading 14-0. Incredible is 9 of 10 passing for just under 120 yards and the touchdown. So 2nd and 2. He has it, hands it off to Ward, who cuts it up to the right side and gets around the tackle and picks up a good 7 yards on that rush. That's going to give us another set of downs. He's at 9 rushes for 61 yards on the afternoon. A pretty good day for him so far. We knew their defense would struggle a little bit. That's just making sure we take advantage of that. Now on 1st and 10, we try to throw it to the outside there, try to hit Winston right, and just unable to get it as that defender jumped on it and actually almost intercepted it. Incredible's already thrown 1 interception in this game. Almost had a second one right there. So 2nd and 10 now for this Seminoles offense as we come out in the shotgun. 4 wide set actually. Incredible has the snap, drops it off on the screen pass. Ward cuts it up, goes back outside, tries to make a man miss, and is brought down after 4 yards. A kind of a wild 4-yard screen pass for this offense. So it's 3rd and 6 now from the 15. We do still lead 14-0, looking to extend this lead here in the second quarter. Incredible is going to come out in the shotgun, 4 wide, 2 on each side. Has the snap, stands in the pocket, takes off by himself, cuts it to the left side, and he's brought down after a gain of 5. That's going to bring up a 4th and 1. Now, normally I would say possibly go for it, but at this stage, I don't want something bad to happen, really. And we need to get into the habit of walking away with points when we're supposed to get them. So I do take the field goal right there. 17-0 is our lead. Now, Georgia Tech is giving Virginia Tech all they can handle. Well, I guess it's really Virginia Tech giving Georgia Tech all they can handle, as the game is tied at 14 apiece. McDuffie for the Yellow Jackets, 47 yards and a touchdown through the air on a receiving touchdown. So now here comes Credible. He's going to be in a shotgun, 3 wide set, has the snap. He's going to fire it out to the left side. He's got Ja'Kai Douglas again for a big-time play. 19 yards right there. He's got 64 yards on 4 catches and the 1 touchdown from earlier. Ja'Kai Douglas having a good afternoon today. So with that 1st and 10, as the clock is running down, 28 seconds left in the half. We roll out to the right. Incredible is going to get sacked for a loss of 8 yards. And that's going to force us to use a timeout. We're still trying to put points on the board. We need to keep the aggressiveness up. That's what I want us to do. Put our team to the test. Keep the aggressiveness going. And on 2nd and 18, we get it to Justin Jones. Cuts it back to the right side. We needed 18 yards. He picks up about 24 yards on that one. And a 1st down, as we do end up using a timeout just because the time it would take to get set would let too much time run off the clock. So now 1st and 10 at 18 seconds remaining. He throws it over. He's got Wilson. Johnny Wilson, 21 yards for the touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. It looked like they weren't going to go for the end zone yet. Incredible got hit while throwing it and just kind of puts up a little, Hail Mary up in the air. Pass to Wilson, and he comes down with it. And that's going to extend our lead out to 24-0 here just before the halftime mark. That was a big-time play. finding it, being aggressive, and finding that route at the end of the half there. And looking at it, our defense did an amazing job holding them to 58 yards in total, while we have 265 yards of total offense to their 58. That is quite an impressive feat done. You gotta give these kids credit, right? So let's go ahead and get this second half started here. Right at the start of the third quarter, Schrader's back in the game. He stands in the pocket, fires it out to the left side, and that's going to be, oh no, they called it incomplete. Schrader throws it incomplete. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. Not my team, but it looked like they may have caught it, and there it is. It's going to go to a booth review here. The first play of the second half. We have a 24-point lead, and it's going to a booth review. Balls in, I don't know. I don't know if that back foot was still down, if we have a situation like that we saw in the Super Bowl with the back foot being down. But, oh, they're going to give it to him. So I guess it was down. Okay. So it was down. So Syracuse ball at the 33-yard line now. And a 2nd and 2. So Schrader's going to be in the shotgun once again. 3 wide set. Has the snap. Throws it out to the right side. Green picks that one off. Stepped in front of it. He's down the sideline. 10. Nobody's going to get him. Touchdown Seminoles. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Bernardo Green just jumped in front of that little out route and takes it all the way to the house. That's going to give us a 31-0 lead here to start the second half. And then a little later, after we do stop Syracuse, we have possession of the ball once again, and our offense is moving. This is a couple drives coming up where we have to seal the deal. This is a put up or shut up kind of drives. Put the team away, put the nail in the coffin, and let's get out of here and let's go face Florida. Right? That's what these drives are about right now. And that's why even with the 31-0 lead, we're coming out 5 wide. Credible in the shotgun all by himself. Fires it over the middle. He's got McLean deep down the middle for 23 yards on a little streak route. It looked like once the ball was snapped, they all kind of forgot about McLean and just left him all by himself. And, Credible did not forget about him. He finds him for the big 23-yard gain. And that's going to get us inside the red zone down to about the 13-yard line here. Still 7 minutes remaining in the third. Play action. Credible stands up top. He finds Winston Wright. 13 yards for the touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Credible 16 of 19 for 230 yards. And that being his 3rd touchdown of the day. Man, that guy, he is playing outstanding in this. Checking in on Georgia Tech, and now Virginia Tech has taken the lead here from early in the third quarter. Wells with the touchdown and 207 yards passing on the day, and their running back Thomas has got 54 yards on 13 carries and a score as well. Now, that would be the last pertinent touchdown. Credible did put up 5 of them in this game. So, yeah, we put up some additional points, but nothing they really ever came close to. So we did go ahead and kind of finish this game off. We held them to under 10 points in this one. That's says a lot about our defense and what they were capable of doing. So the final score does end up being 52-7. We played like the number 3 team in the country. Syracuse is struggling this season. And those are teams you have to put away and put them away early. And we were able to effectively do that with the touchdown at the end of the half, the pick 6 to start the second half, following that up with another touchdown through the air. Being unafraid to shut teams down. That's what we did. We took that next step. I was proud to see how these kids played, and our defense did outstanding. Forcing turnovers, getting points, holding them to 7 points. And a lot of that was from when the backups got put in. They pretty much ran for all the fourth quarter. So, that is what it is. But I like seeing us play that solid coming into this game. That's what's really important when you think about it. We showed ourselves that we can put a team in their place when we had to. Us being number 3, Syracuse being this bad this season. Now we come into a rivalry game. This is our first time hosting Florida as the head coach of Florida State. So this is kind of a newer thing for us. It's kind of, I guess you could say Texas versus Texas Tech whenever we hosted the Longhorns. Those games didn't always fare so well for us. It took us a couple years to really get a handle on that. Now we're hosting the Gators. They come to Tallahassee, Gainesville to Tallahassee, and they are looking to ruin our season. We're the number 3 team in the country. I'm glad we got that big win against Syracuse to come in here. That keeps our momentum going. That gives us 9 wins in a row. We're looking to make it 10 wins. And that's the only way we stay in the playoff run, is we have to make it 10 wins in a row. And now we got to take on our rival Florida here at home. We are number 3 in the country still. Ohio State, Alabama still in front of us. Ohio State's 1 now. Alabama is 2 though, so that's a little switch up from the normal. But they're still in front of us. Number 4 is kind of alternating pretty often at this stage. That's why I said we're going to take a look at those playoff rankings when this game is over. Now let's go ahead and jump on into it. About halfway through the first quarter, we stop Richardson on the option carry. He is a weapon on the ground with his feet, so we do have to keep a watch on that. Gators now have a 2nd and 14. They are going to be in a shotgun formation. Hands it off to right. Deloach chases him down and brings him down after a 2-yard rush. Naquan right there picking up 2 yards. Deloach chasing him down. That's good speed by our linebackers. I like seeing the solid tackle as well, because Wright is a beast to bring to the turf. That's going to make it 3rd and 12, and the crowd is getting in this one. Richardson sends his tight end in motion. 3rd and 12. He has the snap, stands in the pocket. He fires and he hits Henderson. They put Henderson and their tight end both on that side. It looked like maybe a poor route ran by maybe one of them. But either one of those guys could have caught the ball. And that's going to give them a first down as they pick up about 16 yards on that 3rd and 12. So now they have a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Richardson in the shotgun has the snap. He's going to hand it off to Wright. He's hitting the backfield. Naquan Wright's brought down for a 3-yard loss. Deloach getting back there again. Unafraid of making the mistake. He comes through for our defense, bringing Wright down for that 3-yard loss. So 2nd and 13 here as they are still on the move. Florida and Richardson has the snap. They throw it out to the left side. It's going to be intercepted by Jones. He's crossing midfield. No one's going to get him. 30, 15, 5, touchdown Seminoles. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Jerry and Jones just jumped in front of that one. Saw it set on that out pattern by the tight end. Set on it. Richardson took the bait and threw it, and Jones makes him pay dearly with about 65, 70-yard pick 6 to give us an early lead here in this one. Our offense has struggled. Our defense has stepped up and been the heart and soul of this team. They've been that way for the last couple of weeks as well. Taking a look at one of the big playoff implicators, Ohio State hosting, number 2 Ohio State hosting number 5 Michigan, and the Buckeyes have got a 7-0 lead right now. Still early, about halfway through the first quarter for them. So we will have to keep a watch on that game. Now 1st and 10, Richardson this time is going to be in a pistol formation, has the snap. He hands it off to Wright to the left side. He has some space, makes Gaynor miss on a cutback, and he's finally going to be brought down after a 6-yard rush. Right, that's his 5th carry for 13 yards. He just does not have a whole lot of space going right now. But when they start piling up runs like that, that's when you start to see defenses wear down and that yardage pick up. So 2nd and 4, Gators coming out in a 4-wide shotgun. Has the snap, quick throw over to the right side. It's picked off by Cooper. He gets one, 20, 10, it's another. Pick 6, number 2, Omarion Cooper. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Twice in a single quarter, back-to-back drives. Our defensive backs go walking into the end zone untouched with a pick 6, and that's going to give us a big lead early in this one. Who needs an offense when you have a defense that can score like ours can? These kids have really stepped up to try to hammer this game home. And hey, if Michigan or if Ohio State loses, who knows what could happen, where we could end up in the rankings. Now 1st and 10 here. We're going to be at the start of the second quarter now. Hand that one off to Trayshawn Ward going to the right side. He's going to pick up 7 yards. We still lead 14-0 here, and we did stop Florida on their last drive, force them to punt, so we are on the move. Now we're on the plus side at the 35-yard line here, trying to get back on the scoreboard. Coming out in the shotgun. As we have it, it's going to be an option to the left side. Credible keeps it, cuts it back left. He's hit and goes back behind the first down marker, so he does get tackled. But they're going to call it a 3rd and 2. He had gotten about 3 yards in front of it, but got the crap knocked out of him and ended up bouncing off the defender back across to our side of the first down marker and gets brought down short of the line to gain now. So 3rd and 2. Hand that one off to Ward to the left side. He pushes through and lowers his shoulder and picks up 4 yards needed. And that's going to give us a 1st and 10. Ward's only got 29 yards here early in the second quarter after 5 carries. So he is averaging 6 yards per carry, which is a positive sign. Now 1st and 10. Hand it off to Ward going left. Cuts it back to the right a little bit, lowering his shoulder down. Physical running. Trayshawn Ward. He is pretty fast, but he's not the most agile, but he is one of the most physical running backs that the country has. And he is proving it today and proving his worth. So now 2nd and 4. We go with the play action. Pressure comes. He's going to fire it over to Rector, or tight end, coming across the field, and he picks up 15 yards. Wyatt Rector, that's his 2nd catch. He's got 21 yards on this afternoon. He's having a good game against Florida here this season. And that's going to be 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line. So we were actually brought down at about the 9. So 1st and goal here, 7 minutes to go in the first half. Handed off to Ward to the right side, cuts it out, and it's finally brought down after a 4-yard gain. Trayshawn Ward almost 40 yards on 7 carries at this point. So 2nd and goal they're going to mark us down at the 6. It's really closer to the 5, but they're claiming it to be the 6-yard line. So it's one of those, it is what it is, we'll make the best out of it. So we're going to come to the line in a shotgun. 3 receivers set, all of them to the right side. Credible has the snap, drops back, throws a screen pass. Ward is going to get hit and brought down behind the line. Florida's defensive line is pretty good. They got some speed, but where they really pay off is on these screen passes. They are great at reading those and getting off their blocks to make those plays. So we are going to have to watch that if we're going to look to run any more screens. Now 3rd and goal. Credible has the snap, rolls out to his right, fires it over the middle, and that one's almost intercepted. Not sure what he was firing at. He is having a rough day, 5 of 9 for 55 yards on the afternoon so far. Our offense has struggled. Our defense has been putting up points, and Fitzgerald now puts a field goal through. So we are officially at a 3-score ball game, 17-0 right now, halfway through the second quarter. So here we come a little closer to the end of the second after having stopped Richardson and the Gators offense, forcing them to punt. As we have it, and it's going to be an option keeper up the middle. Credible bouncing off tacklers and picking up 7 yards. That's going to make it 2nd and 3. Now the clock is ticking, so we are going to have to be wary of that as we approach the 1-minute mark in the half. We're going to come out in a shotgun, 3 receivers left. Credible has the snap, stands tall, fires it over. He's got Wilson up the middle, and he's brought down at about the 3-yard line. Johnny Wilson for 24 yards. Made the catch. It looked like the safety was going to come over and make that play to intercept it or knock it down. And I mean just mere inches away from being able to do so. But Wilson comes down with it and is brought down at the 3-yard line. So 1st and goal. Under 40 seconds. Fired over to Wilson. Let him finish it off. Touchdown Seminoles. Oh my goodness. Oh baby. Oh baby. So just like last game, getting points at the end of the half, building that momentum even more. Wilson came through on the play just before that to get us down to the 3-yard. You got to give the kid credit. Let him finish off that drive and get the touchdown. As we now lead 24-0 against the Gators. And looking at the reason why the passing yards, we have 112 passing yards, 49 rushing yards. They're 35 passing and 74 rushing. So they have 109 yards to our 161 yards total. So the gap that you see in the yardage definitely isn't comparable to the score, mainly because you got to take into account the 2 pick sixes. So it is what it is. Now in the third quarter, still leading 24-0. Johnny Wilson unwilling to give up and continues to hammer the Gators. He gets us all the way down to the 9-yard line with a 20-yard gain right there to make it 1st and goal. As here we come out, going pretty quick. Send Ward in the motion, has the snap. They bring a blitz, fires it over the middle. We got Wilson, touchdown number 2. Oh my goodness. Oh baby. Oh, baby, Credible's heating up, and Wilson is paying the dividends. 13-19 for 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, both of them going to Wilson here in the last about quarter and a half. They have been lighting up the scoreboard and basically deep frying these Gators. And that is really all we would need in reality to finish off the Gators right there, getting up 31-0. Now, when I talk about the scoreboard and the yardage at halftime, 2 pick sixes in the first quarter. If you take those out, we're talking 17-0, basically where we had left off. So, pretty dominating performance by our defense. Offense, we did have some struggles, but we see the things that we can work on there, right? It's not something that's just totally demolishing. We can fix it. So we've got some things to work on, got some things to improve on. We're not a perfect team yet. You know, we are still number 3 in the country at this point. I'm hoping at the end, see what happens with Ohio State and with Alabama in the Iron Bowl playing against Auburn. Who knows what goes down there. See where we are going to be at. Now, before we do that, I do want to thank y'all for joining us. Remind you to hit the subscribe button if you have not hit it already. If you did like today's video, definitely give us a thumbs up. It does help out the channel. And hit that little bell notification to be notified of all Champion Sons content, whether it's college football, Madden, college basketball. We got just about everything that you could ever want to watch. So, with all that said, thank y'all for all the support you have shown us here as of late. We're up to over 200 and I think 60 subscribers now, so that's a crazy number to see for me. And I can't thank y'all enough for everything y'all done for us here at the channel. Now, we do have some more to go this season. We are going to be in the ACC title game, so that's going to be a big thing to look at, and a big game for us to play before we get into the playoffs. We have to win that game. So looking at where the playoffs stand right now, Ohio State is number 1, Alabama number 2, we're number 3, Iowa's number 4 though, Oregon 5, Tulane 6. So we got some time. We got some space. We do need to win the game. We'll see what happens with Iowa and Ohio State. Same thing with Alabama when it comes to their title game as well. So one more regular week, I guess, title week before the actual playoffs start, but that's where we stand. So it should be an interesting finish to the season. Now, just once again, I do want to thank y'all for joining us. I will see y'all in the next episode in the ACC Championship. So until then, everybody, stay safe, and, well, y'all know how it goes by now, right? Later, y'all.